So, The Flash returned this week with a brand new episode, the penultimate episode of the season, in fact, entitled Invincible. Now, if you remember in my last review, I joked about Zoom's D-list supervillain army, about how lame they were. Well, I stand corrected, because as we join the episode, all of Central City is on freaking fire. Now that, all you young writing students out there, is how you show good escalation. Fire is always good for escalation. Of course, now that the Flash is back, and at full strength no less, he is more than able to round up all the rowdy metas. In fact, he's so capable you have to wonder why Zoom just didn't do all of his own dirty work this episode. Back at Star Labs, it seems that Zoom just kinda sorta let Caitlin go. Huh, well, that's very convenient. Well, okay, I guess it's a little bit more complicated than that. He wanted her to carry a warning to Barry and the rest of Team Flash that he's coming for him and he's coming hard. Caitlin's whole arc this episode deals with her coming to terms with her own PTSD. The fact that she keeps seeing ghostly images of Zoom all over the place. Is that in her head, or is he really there? Well, that's for the audience to decide. Mercury Labs returned this episode, getting robbed for about the bazillionth time by a new and mysterious metahuman who has the power of sonic screams. Yep, that's right everybody, it's Black Siren, the evil Earth 2 counterpart of Black Canary. And as far as my crack about Mercury Labs getting robbed all the time, well, it turns out the lady running the place agrees that it is really silly, so much to the fact that she knows that Barry is the Flash and has known for a bit. I'm a big fan of that when characters come to realizations on their own and they don't need something to push them there. Actually, speaking of characters figuring stuff out, at this point the only person who doesn't know Barry is the Flash is Wally. Wally's come a long way since we first met him in the show, and he actually had a pretty solid segment this week. It seems that he's going out into the night and trying to fight metahumans on his own, feeling that he owes the city and owes the Flash something for saving his life. His dad is none too happy about this. It's bad enough Barry has to risk his life every day to try and save people. He doesn't want his own biological son doing it. And oh man, if this causes issue now, wait until Wally gets his own yellow spandex costume and starts running fast. Now the episode is called Invincible, and the reason for that is that Barry is feeling invincible after his pseudo-religious experience with the Speed Force last episode. He's hype, he's on cloud 9, he can't be stopped, and it's really starting to rub his friends on Team Flash the wrong way, so much to the point that his dad and indeed everyone else says, hey Barry, you're too hype, you gotta get less hype, you gotta de-hype. I know their hearts were in the right place and the whole moral of the story was for Barry to kind of slow down, get his bearings, and not take so many risks, but honestly, I didn't think he was acting all that much different than he usually does. So you're left with this weird situation where Barry's doing good and everyone else is kind of being a wet blanket to him. Now back on the supervillain front, Black Siren is taking out a bunch of buildings for Zoom as part of his big take over the city plan. And honestly, despite them trying to build up Black Siren as, oh no, she's the evil Earth 2 counterpart of one of our friends, we loved Laurel, we loved her this much. Also, I don't buy the whole Black Canary was really important to the cast of this show thing. I mean, what, if you only watch Flash like I do, they teamed up, what, twice maybe? I guess chop this up to another instance of the other better CW shows needing to stop themselves and kiss up to Arrow for a little bit. Even her powers aren't all that interesting. She can make deadly sound. Geez, we haven't had that before on Flash. In fact, Cisco even makes that joke in this episode. Sound does, however, end up being key to Team Flash's plan to take out all the evil Earth 2 metas, and that is by creating some manner of frequency to knock them all out. This leads to an admittedly really awesome scene wherein Cisco and Caitlin need to dress up like their evil Earth 2 counterparts in an attempt to ensnare Black Siren long enough for them to pull off their plan. And they do, and the plan would have worked if that meddling Zoom didn't end up jumping away by opening a portal, which is a power I guess he has now. I mean, I guess when I really stop and think about it, he stole Barry's speed, and the last time we saw Barry, he had enough speed to cross on over to the Supergirl show, so assumedly if Zoom has that speed, he can use those powers. You also gotta love that everyone on Team Flash celebrates way too prematurely. Zoom isn't even in custody yet, and they're already having the mission accomplished party. This allows Garrick to swoop on in and steal Papa Allen, of course leading to a big villainous, "We're the same, Barry, you and I, the same exactly, cut from the same cloth, can't you see" speech that could really have been said by any other villain. villain. But hey, I gotta remember, just because I'm tired of this certain type of villainous speech doesn't mean people watching The Flash for the first time are. In many cases, I wouldn't be surprised if this is all new to them. In summation, Invincible was an okay episode. It felt like it was a real holding pattern kind of show, but by the end, I have to admit the stakes were suitably raised, and I am most definitely super excited to see where the finale takes us. It suffered a lot from writing that kinda leaned on coincidence more than it should have, and our villain, despite all the build-up, was just at the end of the day another villain of the week. Overall, I would feel comfortable giving this one a 6 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.